It's the Al Travis Show. We've got her, Carolyn Sheridan's Ag Health and Safety Alliance. Go to aghealthandsafety.com. Carolyn, how are you?
I'm good. I'm kind of sad though because it is.
You're good, but sad? Are you one of those
Yeah,
people you like a good
no.
cry once in a while? I don't even understand that.
Well, no, I don't. No, I don't like that. No,
Okay.
no, I
You're
don't. I
just
don't like a good cry.
exaggerating for a point. What's the point? What are you sad about?
Well, so I love summer. I love spring. I'm not as big a fan of
Oh, fall.
harvest.
Fall
Yeah,
sucks. It's the
I don't.
worst time.
Well, it's dustier. To me, I feel like the hazards are more. I worry more in the fall.
Oh, I thought you were talking
I
weather.
worry. Well,
No, I
the
thought you were
weather
talking weather.
too.
Because
Well,
the thing about the fall is you know
yeah.
what's next, right? You know it's
Oh,
massive
yeah.
snow or whatever. So it's just like, oh no, you better
Something.
force yourself to
Yeah.
enjoy something right now. I don't like that. On the other side, when
No.
you're in the dead of winter, right? Let's just say it's
Yeah.
January, February, like, here it comes. Spring's on the
We
way.
we have
I
something to look forward to.
yes,
I
and you
get
know
it.
the
I
snow's
get
gonna
it.
melt, and it's just a different feeling. Right now, I'm looking at it, and this morning when I got up, walking down the hallway, sure was dark. I remember 2 months
Yeah.
ago is
It
when I got
sure
I was
is.
yeah, like goodness
Like wait,
gracious.
and plus it's hilarious. It's like it happens, and like it was like with like oh, it's getting darker later. Well, it didn't just happen overnight.
It's like
It's
three
like
minutes every day, but
trickery.
all of a sudden your brain just goes, look how dark it is in here. Oh wow, interesting. When did that happen?
It's like trickery. It's like
Yeah,
oh yeah. No,
but
I do
I
like it.
presume, and maybe I'm wrong. You're that way because you're the farm safety expert on your farm. You know, there's more hazard stuff like that. But your husband, your farming family, they kind of giddy up on this. My golfing buddy misses some
Yeah.
golf this time of year, but he's almost can't wait to see what the number's going to be. Right?
Hmm.
How many per acre? Oh, it's it's almost his jackpot thing at the casino. Pull it. Ooh, what are they going to be? So I think there's some excitement there, right?
Right there is, and I think many farmers will tell you that this is like the fruit of their labor or whatever. They're
Hmm.
seeing that the corn's rolling in, the beans are rolling in, into the combine. They see until something breaks down,
Yeah,
which is always going to happen. So that you're preparing for that. But no, I think I would say that most of the farmers that I know and love will say they like harvest better than spring.
I would ask you this because this seems a little weird to me. You said there's more health issues here, but I think last week when we talked, you poo-pooed something I said because there aren't as many chemicals used in the fall. You use those in the spring to get things ready, so there isn't much kind of chemical stuff. So I would think there'd be less
Well,
opportunity
Well,
for
I
health
think
issues.
that they're different. Like there's a lot of moving parts, not that there isn't with planting and with applying chemicals, pesticides. But we've got the big machinery moving up and down the roads, which is going to annoy you, Al. And there's because there's
See,
more of
but
it.
you glance over that.
No, I
Pick up the
don't.
speed, people. Pick up
Yeah,
the
I
speed,
know.
and then no one will be annoyed.
I think we're
There's
gonna
a
have to like give
limit.
you a tagline. It's going to be
What?
Al Travis Show. Pick up the speed.
What?
But
I
that's what
like that idea. I
I
do.
know, I'm
That
sure.
might be.
I'm sure you do. But for me, it's a lot of moving parts. We're going to talk about grain bin safety, but still we have a lot of big equipment moving back and forth, and we can't deny that things are bigger. The bins are bigger than they used to be. The combines are bigger. The wagons are bigger. Not for everybody, but for a good percentage of the population. So I feel more anxious in the fall.
Okay.
I think
Quick
it's
question
pretty
for you.
common.
You talk about the bigger bins. How long ago did they start putting like hockey rinks out by these places, then filling hockey rinks up? I don't think I remember that as a kid. I mean, that's a new deal, isn't it?
What are you
When
speaking of here?
when you go to co-ops and stuff, and I presume once the bins are full and farmers are still coming, they put up this hockey thing looking deal, and then they fill that up, and it's just
Oh,
amazing to watch.
well, oh God, they fill it up with corn, not
Yeah,
beans. Pretty much.
yeah,
Yeah,
with
so
corn, and then they
they it's
put a
like they
sleeve
call
over it. Yeah.
yeah, they call it the overrun or whatever because they're running out of bin space and some big elevators don't particularly
When
want to
did
build
that
them.
start? I don't remember
It's
hockey
been a
rinks as
bit.
a kid. Is it okay?
I've never heard it really called a hockey rink, but that's a really good description for anybody that doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, they all know what I'm talking. I do this for a
Yeah.
living. They know what I'm talking about. Oh, the hockey rinks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, those, yeah, and then, but the on-farm storage too is getting bigger. And right now, there's people with carry, from last year. People didn't sell, The price was crap, and so you're holding on to it, and so there's some corn and beans that are out of condition, and that's when we really worry, because they're going to get in there. They got to get those bins emptied out so that they can fill them up again. And so when your grain gets out of condition, you've kept it for a year, sometimes two, and then that's when we get the crust of the crusting. That's when we have more potential for engulfment, and it's just a worrisome time.
I'm sorry, you lost me, and then you said golf. What was that?
Engulfment.
Engulfment. I heard golf.
Oh, did you zone out? Al is like doing the thing
kidding.
where he puts his chin on.
I'm thinking hard.
Yeah, no, the engulfment, and I know that there's all kinds of technology out there. There's ways that we can prevent that, but every year, farmers are lost. Or
can we talk about that on the other side? That's what I was doing. Is putting commercials.
Oh, you're putting your Al put his finger.
That's what I was doing.
Al,
yes.
Where's your pen?
That's a good goal. There it is.
There's your pen. What's your Gear Frag pen? Hey, we'll be right back. We'll talk about grain safety.
You have Gear Frag pens? I've never gotten one.
I do. Oh my gosh, she's never got one.
Wow. It's the Al Travis Show. Just spent that entire time being yelled at about not having an ag pen. You didn't send me no ag pen.
How could I?
I got glasses. I got
but no
bags.
Gear for ag pen.
No gear, no pen. Heaven's sake.
And it's red. Yeah. The grandkids have Gear for ag pens. You certainly.
I surely should.
You should. Yes.
Bin safety.
Yes.
I think is one of the first $1 million ideas we threw out in this program on how to fix this. And then one just practical idea. I think we've had two really good ideas that we should throw out.
Practical idea?
Yeah. Well, the practical one is, let's go with the practical one. You get mad when I say this, but it's a true thing. So you're a farmer and you got an issue with a bin. You're sitting there going, we got to get in there. We got to take a look at it. A practical farmer, a good farmer will say, who's the least productive person on the staff? And you send them in. There. And that could be small children. It doesn't matter. Who is not keeping their own? And that's how you would practice. Now, you get mad when I say that, but it's a true thing. But the other one, which is the $1 million idea, I believe every farmer should have one of them electric, RC cars?
Oh,
those race cars.
Buzz around.
That you can remote control. Because instead of sending the little kid in there, you send the RC car, let them zip around in there, knock the air out, and what do you know? You're not risking anybody's life. You never have to go in.
Somebody took your $1 million idea, or maybe they did it before. Yeah, there is such a thing, and I don't even know for sure what it's called, where you have a little remote control thing in there and it buzzes around and it does whatever it does. But I think, Al, I have to say I lose credibility every time you talk about putting children or the least productive or the least favorite. I have to make sure I say it loud and clear. I don't agree with Al on that point.
Well, we're two different people. I'm just saying that's the reality of the situation.
No. I have to be loud and clear that I don't support.
Well, who do you send in then? Who do you send in?
Nobody.
Well, but that is, so yours doesn't work because they're going to send somebody in. If not, they got to get an RC car.
So I know I'm talking over you, which is rare, but they do. But no, you have harnesses and safety equipment, so there are ways to enter a bin safely, and they can be purchased. We started to talk about that at our last show, that there's things that should be purchased. Now, they're also, unfortunately, but they have them. There's the ways to rescue people. They have the grain safety rescue types. Tube, that's exactly right, and the organization out of Piasta, Iowa, is doing a good job of getting out to many elevators where they train people and train local fire departments, volunteer fire departments to be able to rescue people. But we'd prefer not to get that far. We just want to make sure that there's a clear understanding. It's quick. It happens really quick, like 2 to 3 seconds.
Can I throw out a couple of things? First off, don't go in there alone. Make sure somebody knows you're in there, right? That's one. Right. So now you're happy with
lock out, tag out. Yes.
There you go. The other one is, I've seen these firemen have to run out to these situations, and they kind of cut like a square hole in the bottom of the bin so the corn,
so it runs out. Yep.
So here's Al's next $1 million. Why do we not have like escape hatches along the bottom? So hey, I know Al's going in the bin, and Al goes in the bin. Oh no, trouble strikes. Kid runs by, open door, 3-4 of them around the bin. Corn goes whoosh. Al is saved, and it's a bit of a mess. I don't think it will be
It's a
clean,
huge mess.
but
I don't
no
know
one's
that
dead.
that will happen. I don't know that that will happen quick enough. Remember that the
It's a
whole
good
4
idea.
minute deal. 2 to 4 minutes, you're dead. So you need to understand that by the time somebody reacts, your clock has started ticking very, very quickly. So instead of saying, "Oh, let's just create a solution to a problem that should never even happen in the first place," because you can't depend on that
No.
solution. You can't depend on somebody running around and opening all those up, whatever
Yeah.
it may be. As good an idea as that feels like. Instead, we want to promote things like just don't go in there without, as Al just
Yep.
said, somebody needs to know you're in there. Do the lockout tag out. That means you lock it out. Nobody can start that auger because somebody knows you're in there. Because we've got a lot of moving parts, and you may have gone in there just to check something, and then somebody walks by and wants to start the auger because they're filling their wagon or their semi out. So that would be one. And just to have an understanding of that 2 to 3 seconds to even react if you start to get sucked down, 4 to 5 seconds until you're trapped, and 22 seconds until you're completely covered.
Yeah.
So it's quick. You just cannot move that fast. So those are things that we just, it's a scare tactic, but it's all very true.
What about a bungee cord kind of
Yeah,
situation?
yeah, well,
Because then as you get sucked
similar.
down, the tension would build up and it would at some
It
point
just pop
whoop,
you back out.
drop you back up. I'm just saying bungee kind of action. I'm just trying to
Well,
help the problem here.
Yeah, I think that the interesting thing always was that if you've ever been involved in a farm safety day event where we try to help children and adults understand that once you're buried up to your waist, the ability to even pull somebody out is astronomical. You can't, that nobody's really that strong because the corn has such power and it's such heavy weight. You could literally, you almost pull somebody in half before you could ever get them out. So it's
Well,
the
that's
bungee cord.
yucky.
I
Oh,
know, but that's what we
I
kind of
didn't need to hear that.
say
I
things
went the
like
whole
that.
day without hearing that. No,
I know.
yuck.
No, but remember the weight of the corn and how it's really it's very, very powerful, force against
I'm going to
you.
go with Al will never be in one of those bins. I'm going to
Yeah,
guarantee that's what I'm going to take the pledge. I'm not getting a dang bin. No.
right. So Al's never really going to send any children or non-productive people into a bin.
I'm
So
saying that's just the reality of how people do business. They're going to figure out what works best. That's what they're going to do.
right. But there is a lot of very simple things. I think the lockout tagout, we just said that, but also having the safety harness. And then we do need to make sure we're equipping our local fire departments, rescue people with the tubes to be able to save somebody. Because if you shut the grain off, then you're still stuck. You need to be able to get somebody there.
I don't want to
get
be
out.
cruel here and throw your own words at you, but there's that maybe people they shouldn't put a top on them so people can't get in. Because, well, and here's my point. You just said 2 to 4 minutes, right? And Al's idea of somebody running down and opening the doors might take too long.
Yeah.
But somebody can call the fire department, give them a call up. They'll put a buzz out. Everybody gets done, drop whatever they're doing, run out to the fire department, get in a thing and run out and bring the tube. That's not going to take 2 to 4 minutes?
It's going to take more than that. But
yes,
this is what we're talking, where we have identified that somebody is entrapped. And then we've stopped it from continuing, but you still need to figure out how to get somebody out. And I don't put me in that situation. They practice this. They put people in bins and they rescue them and show people that you're not getting me in there even to practice.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're not getting. I'm pledging never to be in a bin. I'm just pledging that to the world. It's never going to happen. That's nuts.
Yeah, and right, but you have to admire the people that are really doing a good job of training.
Absolutely.
Right. So you can get a hold of Ag Health and Safety Alliance, and I can get you in contact with who should you contact if you want to have that training locally. I know they're going across the country, the U.S., throughout the year, training the local fire departments and volunteers. But I think in the meantime, let's just not put anybody in position to have to come and save us. Let's just not do that. And we have.
I'm loving the RC car thing. Put that in there, runner.
RC car.
Remote control. They call them RC cars. Remote control cars. Put them in there. Maybe look like a little John Deere tractor. That'll make a guy feel better about himself. Let it run around in there to get. It's the air bubbles, right? They want to find out why the grain isn't going down. There's gaps. Isn't that why they get in there?
Or right now, when grain is out of condition, then we have spots where it's crusted over,
So
and then the grain can't flow down through into the auger, and you can't get it out. And sometimes that crusted area is actually people start to walk across it, and there's nothing underneath it.
yeah,
You would walk and then you would drop through there, and that happens in the big grain elevators as well. It's not just farmers with maybe a $50,000 $100,000 bid. It can be the very large elevators that have issues as well. So
it's going to be
it's the
probably
time
too
of
late to
year.
bring it up. You didn't even bring up like good ventilation because isn't big of the reason a lot of silo fires and that sort of happen because of the dust.
Yeah, there's
And
dust. That's a whole different situation.
we'll have to talk
And
about that.
right, and so those can happen. Those are happening in the larger elevators where dust accumulates. But for right now, hey, people are moving grain because they got to put new grain
Absolutely.
in their bins. So stay safe out there.
We
Right.
got to go. We're out of time. It is Carolyn Sheridan's Ag Health and Safety Alliance, agandhealthsafety.com.